hamburger on Yelp. Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, for sure. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where you're at.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole nother
think so?
I think
First and foremost, thank you for listening to the Men Don't Know podcast. I'm the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. Here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of guys. We ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. Now, whether you're listening to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, YouTube, Audio Boy, you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app, I cannot thank y'all enough. Merch stores open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1, shoot me an email, Chris at mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website, shoot me a message for my guy. How are we living?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
Man, life is beautiful. Thank you for asking. Question of the day. Why is marriage hard? I mean, we can't. I mean, you can't
Based
answer.
on my vast experience.
You better sit back, buddy. You better sit back.
This is an easy one. Let me take this one.
No. That's like saying, let me wing it. Let's call some, and I feel like this gives context. We're going to call some married ladies. And,
Ladies.
yep, let's get Jess on the phone. Ooh, hold on. Damn, I might have to call her back. Did I get it? Let's see. Hold on, let me call you right back. Damn. Didn't connect. I had my Bluetooth off for some reason. That was strange, but let me turn it on real quick and get her back on. Here we go. All right. We're connected. Let's run that back one more time. Down to the top. Here we go. There we go. Beautiful. Hey. You on the freeway?
I am on the freeway.
Okay. Don't say where you're going. Anyway, Jess, I'm here with Koi. Koi, say what's up, Jess.
What's up, Jess?
Hi, Koi.
See, like I said, this is like the
Let's
regular
get to the
response
question here.
This is the regular
What's
response.
the question here, sir?
Oh my God, sorry, this guy. All right.
Why are you let him live his life. He's got one day out of the closet a week.
Oh my gosh, don't run that narrative, okay? Do not run that narrative. All right, you know what? Jess, question to you. How long have you been married? So that way we can give everybody context.
We're going to be about 20 years now, finally.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Two dimes. Okay, how long? Damn, 20 years?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. I feel like right now, everybody is saying marriage is hard. Like,
okay.
I feel like everybody is struggling. I don't want to say everybody. I want to say a lot of people I know and not even a lot of people I know. From what people are telling me and the amount of people that are DMing me and asking me questions, I feel like sometimes they're in situations where they feel like their marriage is struggling. Why is marriage so hard?
Well, I mean, I think anytime you spend every day in and out with somebody, it's going to be work. I mean, you have siblings, you have cousins, you have friends that get on your nerves after X amount of time, and you don't even see them every single day. And not just that, but as you get older, as seasons change, or however you want to put it, you also change. So you have to be with somebody who's willing to not only grow with you, but allow you to change it to who you're becoming or go through whatever you're going through.
I guess because I asked because let me ask you this. What makes it more difficult? Does it get difficult when kids come into play, or does it get less difficult?
I think it just honestly, it depends on the base of your relationship first, because I feel like I've known enough people and had enough family members and yada yada whatever to where like I was fortunate enough, no matter what we've ever gone through, like our own personal relationship issues.
Yeah.
Our kids always came first for both of us.
Damn, that's
So
a bar.
it was always like,
I like that. I like that. Go ahead.
you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if we're arguing or whatever. Like, okay, we know the kids have to eat, or like we could be not agreeing on something, and it's like, okay, but this still needs to get done. So regardless, I still need you to do this or pick up the slack when I can't or whatever. Where I feel like I do know quite a few people who their significant other sucks. Like when they're fighting, it's like, oh, well, you deal with the kids. Oh, well, they're your kids, or that's a woman's job, or like,
Got it.
I work too, so you have to take, like a woman will say she works too, so she doesn't want to deal with the
Got
kids too. Like they need it, and they're like fighting back and forth. Like it's a responsibility neither person wants. Like of course there's days where you don't want to deal with that. I mean, I'm sure I know personally, I'm not going to lie, there's times where I love my mother to death all the time. But if I'm tired and I've been working all day and she asks me to do something, I'm going to be annoyed. Like maybe I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with relationships and kids. But it's like you still have to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? I think that's messed when it's always on one person.
Yeah, I just don't think it can be on one person. I think regardless of the issue, as long as you guys know, like, hey, look, like, I know we're going to need some time to get over this, but we are still together and we are still going through this. Like, I feel like a lot of time, I don't want to say a lot of time, I just feel like sometimes, I think if you're asking me, I think sometimes people forget that regardless, we're on the same team.
And that's a huge thing, and that's true. People, when something goes wrong, and it's also like a learned habit, and when something goes wrong, people tend to be like, oh, well, this was your fault, and blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong, every once in a while, like one of us will act like that, but we worked really hard to not do that because we kind of have learned, and it's a good thing, but sometimes we've seen things on social media that we're like, oh, that's like a relationship hack. We like that. Like we'll both agree that we like it, and we try to put it into play. And one of the things was to always look at the problem and not whose fault it was.
Damn. That's a good one. Shit. Okay. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I guess my question to you is it hard to just look at the problem?
I feel like I don't think it is once you've reached a certain point. See, I feel like I have an unfair advantage because of the fact that we've been together so long and we've gone through so many like trials and tribulations that we've done all we can to basically know each other and to function as a team. So when certain things come up, we've also, I feel like, hit a point where, okay, this was the problem, and yes, maybe it was specifically something you did that caused it, but we've already reached a point where I can say, hey, you did this, I don't like that. Can you please not do this again? Or I noticed that you're acting like this or saying this, and like that bothers me. Okay, don't do that anymore. And then like the problems tend to kind of slowly stop coming around.
Let me ask you this though. You say you have an unfair advantage because you made it 20 years. I don't think that's an unfair advantage. I think that's the idea of understanding that we are going to have problems and we aren't going to like each other all the time, but we love each other and are invested in this for a lifetime. I think that's...
Well, it's like an unfair advantage because most of the people that ask me for advice, they have not been married that long. So when I'm trying to explain certain things to them, they're just like, oh, no, but she's doing this and, like, I don't like that. Or he's doing this and it irritates me and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, have you tried telling? Well, I tell him all the time, no, you can't tell somebody something when you're mad. It doesn't come off the same way.
Yeah.
You
100%.
have to wait till you're chill and then be like, hey, you know, the other day, by the way, like this happened, like things like that. Or I have a girlfriend specifically who's in a newer relationship, and she was in a really bad, toxic relationship before. So whenever she tells me stuff now, I've told her, like, I'm your friend. I'm going to tell you the truth, but you tend to bring your old toxic habit of what you're used to happening into this relationship. So you're taking out homeboy's needs before he even has a chance to deal with you, and now you're making it his problem.
Yeah.
So there's things like that happen a lot with people, I think, that are just in newer relationships, because even though they might not be the toxic person, they're taking those toxic traits into their next relationship.
Let me ask you this then. What advice could you give married couples that are just struggling?
Oh, man. I think the bottom line for anybody is to be honest and really decide if you really want to be with that person. Damn. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. Do you really want to be with that person? Do you really love that person? If you do, then you can work out anything. If you don't, and if you're already kind of like, kind of over it, then just be fair to yourself and that person, and don't stay in that relationship.
Yeah, that's facts.
You can't fight with somebody who's not willing to get in the ring with you.
Ooh, that's another bar.
Jason, get over it.
Come on, bro. Damn. No, that's true. No, I can't even argue with you. I can't even hold with you. Please get to where you're going safe. Text me and let me know you got there, please.
I will.
All right, and I'll hit you later. Appreciate you.
Okay, of course.
Later.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Damn, that's.
You can't talk me down.
Get you, save me,
Get
Coy.
me, save me.
Relax, Sam Jackson, Coy Jackson from the Negotiator. But no, you can't argue with someone that's not willing to get in a ring with you is crazy, because it's 100% true. And figuring out if you really want to be there with that person. I mean,
figuratively a fight.
I like the idea of that quote where is grass is only greener where you water it.
Not automatically on the other side.
Well, because you'll realize it's artificial. And just because the grass is green on the other side don't mean it'll stay green either.
Yeah.
All right, let's call who? Let's call one more. My sister's like asking me 9,000 questions right now. Damn well I'm recording.
Hello.
Hey, Maddie, how we doing?
Doing all right. How are you guys?
Amazing. I'm here with Coy. Say what's up, Maddie.
What's up, Maddie?
What up, Coy?
Question of the day, and you know what? This actually really works out because I just talked to Jess right now, and she's 20 years in, and now I'm talking to a newly married couple.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you is, a lot of people have been DMing me and telling me that marriage is hard.
Yeah.
Marriage, like, I don't know how people do this. Like, we're arguing every time. Why do you think people say marriage is hard?
I think they find marriage is hard because a lot of people, if you've noticed, a lot of people aren't dating long anymore. You know, maybe a year, 6 months to a year, and they think all of a sudden they found true love, and it's like, oh, that's it, I'm going to marry this person. And 6 months later, it's total bullshit, or because it's comfortable, you know. And so that's why a lot of people think, you know, it sounds easy, I'm in love with this person. And then in the end, you get finances together, you know, people get comfortable, they find out who they truly are, and people get in marriage and relationships thinking, I can change this person. You don't ever want to get into a relationship thinking that. You get into a relationship thinking, I could live with this person exactly as they are the rest of my life. And that's what I did. That's why it has been relatively easy for us. Do we have, you know, our hard days? Absolutely. But at the same time, I
would call you a liar if you didn't. I would call you, there's no way, shape, or form that you wouldn't have hard. I said, me and Coy have been friends for 20 years, and we still argue. We just argued probably 10 minutes ago when we left the bar because I was talking about his car and he was like, "You don't fucking know my car." So
I can probably honestly say we're going on year 5, and I don't think we've ever had a fight.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a fight, but you guys have to have had bickerments.
No, we don't even bicker.
No.
We always have conversations before it gets to that point. We go, okay, hold on, pause. We made it very clear in the beginning.
I like that. I like that.
We're like, we're not going to sit here and argue. If somebody's upset about something, we tell the truth from the very beginning.
Wow. Okay. Tell the truth from the beginning. I like that. Okay, I'm with you. Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah.
How did you guys get that?
I think from the very beginning, we're both at that age where we had been in a lot of relationships, right?
Yeah.
So we were both done screwing around. We were both looking for the final thing where we were just like, we're both looking for marriage. We're looking for something real. And hey, if this is going to work out, these are the ground rules. This is what's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
You set them from the very beginning. But the thing is, though, you have to stick to it.
Yeah.
You can't just change later in life or be a total hypocrite. It's like, yeah, but this one time, no. From the very beginning, you set the rule and you stick to it. If something's not working, speak up. Always speak up. Like just the other day, Jesse's constantly working. I'm at home now with the baby full time.
Yeah.
And every time I'm like, this is sitting on me. It's weighing on my chest. I can't get it out. And every time he walks through the door, I'm instantly not mad at him anymore. And so I wrote it down. I had to write everything down. And yeah, it was a little upsetting. And he read it. And then he came down to me and he's like, I understand. I hear you. Like you have to speak your mind. You have to set that tone from the very beginning.
I love that. You
have to.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's going to work.
Yeah. And
yelling, screaming, none of that works. It just makes two people upset. Somebody walks out and leaves. Some people come back. Some people don't.
Yeah. I think, damn, you said it right there. You hit the nail on the head. Like you wrote it down for him to read and not to read and sit with it too.
Sometimes saying things out loud, it is very hard because you don't want to hurt your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
I get that because it is hard for me to see him come home and he's exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't want to pile all this crap on him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's eating me alive. And if I don't say something, it's just going to affect us. I'm going to snap at him later and I'm going to be worse off or he's going to be worse off.
Yeah.
So get it out in the open. Let the person think about it. Or, even then, it's like, hey, I'm upset. This is what's going on. I'm not mad at you. However, I'm a little upset and this is what's going on.
Yeah,
that way they can process it.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot.
Unfortunately, marriage is work, but it's constant work. It's not, hey, this is your problem. I need you to fix it. Again, if Jesse's doing something and I'm getting annoyed, I'm like, hey, this is the one thing I need you to work on for a bit. And if it changes, fine. But if not, no worries. I
like that though.
Need to be conscious of it.
I like that though. This is one thing I would like you to work on. Mm-hmm. I like that a lot because of the fact that it narrows down the problem. It's like, wow, okay. Like if you're only asking me to change this one thing, and in the grand scheme of things, it's this one thing. Mm-hmm. You know what? I can do that.
Well, and another thing is, like you said in your previous podcast, people can't read each other's minds as much as they think they can. Women overthink things, and men, you have to tell them straight up because they're not going to guess.
I'm not going to lie to you, 100%.
Honey, how are you doing? I'm fine. What are they going to think? All right, she's fine.
Fine, she's fine. Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, she's fine.
When honestly, she's sitting there, it's eating her alive. She's like, this motherfucker's not doing anything.
Yeah.
When
you're like, hey, look. I'm not doing fine, but what I'm bothered about is not big, but I want you to rest so that way when we're both relaxed, we can both talk about it.
Yeah.
And
I just want you to I want to make you aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put it in the open.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I like that. All right, get back to the Bay. I heard you having like a little shindig over there this week. Little birdie,
Oh, yeah, Jesse's,
little birdie told me. Not even Jesse. Little birdie told me it's about to be busy over there. About to be a whole lot of ladies.
We got 4 generations of women in this house.
Yeah, I heard about to be a whole lot of ladies. Whole lot of ladies.
Mhm.
All right, tell my guy I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna text him tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow.
I will. He said send help.
Yeah, I got him. Tell him to text him tomorrow. Yeah, I'll text him. Because I don't want to talk about
All
it.
right,
on there.
sounds good.
All right, later.
Bye, Mary. Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Damn. I mean, you sit back and you think about things like this, Coy, and me and you aren't married, so I hate when people hit me up and they ask us about married questions and trying to help them through a marriage when, unfortunately, the advice I'm going to give you could be good advice, but it's not from a married man's perspective.
Yeah.
I can give you an idea. Yeah, I can give you an idea. I'd rather talk to women and have women tell you what women are thinking.
Sure.
Because 9 times out of 10,
If it's our guy friend.
if it's our guy friend, yeah, you're not even there. If it's a guy subscriber, a guy listener, I'd rather you hear from a woman than another man.
Yeah.
Because, no offense, a man's going to tell you everything you're thinking, everything you're not doing, and that's great and all. But a woman is going to tell you the feeling of what she's feeling and why she's acting this way and how come.
Or you hope she tells you.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I'm talking about our women callers, like Jess
Okay.
and Maddie. They're
Gotcha,
going to
gotcha.
explain to us, like,
Why?
Yeah,
why.
so, and like Maddie said, I write it down and I give it to him. That way he can kind of sit with it. And let me explain something to you. Reading something and hearing something are 2 different things.
What if he reads it? Oh, hell no.
No. It's like when you sit back and like Jess said, if you're really trying to be in this with somebody, you'll listen to what they're saying and take an account from it.
You
And
have
be
to.
like, you know what? Maybe you don't realize you're doing it, but you're doing it. Some people need more security than you realize in a relationship because they've never had it. And they feel so vulnerable walking into it. Some people need reassurance. Some people just need to know, like, fuck, like, we could be up at arms, but if it's raining, you'll put the umbrella over me.
Are the guys allowed to write a note and say, hey?
100%. Guys should write, even more so. Like, look, I'm like, and it's how a woman, like, look.
The guys are never going to say what they
That's
feel.
the problem, though. Like, you could write, my thing is, like, write a note and tell them, like, look, you know what? But they always say communicate, over-communicate. And it's the idea of not communicating when you're angry. Say, hey, look, I'm upset, you're upset. We both aren't going anywhere, but let's table this conversation for tomorrow when we're both at a place where we can be reasonable and listen to each other to understand and not to reply. Because I think that's the disconnect. Everybody's ready to tell their side. Now, let me
Sure.
But I always tell people, and it's kind of crazy because I did this, but it's like, I always say, see it from my side. And I paint them a picture. I put them in the scenario. Just see it from my side. If you can't see it how I'm seeing from my side, maybe I have it fucked up. But let me put you in my chair,
Yeah.
I don't, and once again, I'm just putting you through a scenario of, hey, like, I understand where you're coming from. I hear you. And these are the things I'm going to try to do better at. And then tomorrow I could tell you my side, and then and what I think. I would want you to sit in my position and see where I'm coming from. So that way, I just want you to understand when you do these things, this is how I see it. I necessarily, I don't want, I don't want you to, I don't want you to be it's not even about apologizing. It's about 2 people learning and building and growing together.
Yeah. And moving on.
And moving on. We're not going anywhere, but sit on my side of the table, and I want you to understand or maybe just feel what I'm going through. And so that way, maybe we can position things differently if we ever cross this road again.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. We're gonna end that. Yeah, one there. What was I thinking about the other day? I was gonna say a quote. You know what? I was thinking about this the other day, and the quote, and I do want to start leaving a quote. The longest route is the shortest way. Meaning, take the long route in any situation. Because the long route usually ends you up in the destination the fastest. Because A, you learn so much on the journey, but B, taking shortcuts never gets you there. I like that. All right, let's get up out of here. First of all, thank everybody for listening. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, YouTube, Audible, or you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app, I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, Chris at mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and shoot me a message. Koi, my guy, we are out.
How many pictures are on y'all?